Hi, everyone. Trenton Worker here. I am going to uh, I'm going to show you how to do keyword research for an entire new website. First, I'll run through manually doing keyword research versus a way that's a little more automated. Um, Essentially, the difference if you do it manually is you have to figure out which keywords have to go on every page yourself. If you do it this automated way, you download, put into a tool, it'll group everything based on search intent. And then all you have to do is assign the page to the keywords, to the keyword group, as opposed to having to figure out every keyword that you should put on the page. Sometimes synonyms of keywords are keywords will sound synonymous. And so you think, oh, well, that sounds like the same thing. I should put that on the page. But when you search it on Google, you will find different results when you do that. Search the one, two, or three keywords. And so that's that indicates that there's different search intent for the keyword. So if we can group them based on search intent rather than how synonymous they seem, we can get a more accurate grouping of keywords. So I'm going to start with these keywords here. This was given to me by the client, and just go from there. So I'm going to take these. So initially, I wouldn't be able to do this or it would be tougher. I would if I weren't doing it the automated way, I would have to go one by one, go here, type in one of the keywords, and then go through and filter these out. Say restaurant construction companies, okay, don't do cost estimator. Maybe I want cost. Do I want cost? How much does it cost? It looks like an informational keyword. Do I want that on the page? Maybe I do. Cost to open a restaurant. Okay, maybe I don't want that. Or restaurant costs is related to cost to open a restaurant versus, you know. So I have to go through and figure out the intent of every one of these keywords. And maybe that's not hard for some things. But if you want to have a holistic approach and prevent yourself from in the future having confusion with keywords and matching them to pages, it's easier to just do it the way I'm going to show you. So we're going to take all these keywords. Sorry, I got something wrong with my throat. Okay, so what I've done is I took all, 15, 20 keywords that I was given by the client. It looks like 18 here. And Ahrefs, you can't do this with SEMrush. SEMrush, you have to do one search at a time, one search term at a time, which is why I prefer to do this with Ahrefs. I have all 18 keywords in here. Total volume, 9,300. Actually, so now once you have all 18 keywords, you're going to go to matching terms. And this is going to show all broad matched keywords. So anything with building and construction services or that's similar to it will appear here. And so we can see that we went from 18 to almost 5,500 keywords because it's essentially all permutations of every one of these keywords. We can get a little more granular and switch to phrase match. SEMrush has a neat tool where you can go all keywords and it's very, very broad match, and then broad match, which is a little more like terms matching. And then they have a phrase match, which is like phrase matching here, but then they have an exact match. So SEMrush has some pretty cool differences. They also have this feature where it tells you if it's informational, if the intent of the keyword is commercial, transactional, navigational, or informational. Traditionally, there were only actually 3 types of keywords, but SEMrush created 4 and uses 4 to categorize keywords. Ahrefs doesn't have that yet, but they do make it easier to do bulk keyword research. So I'm going to go through here, just see if there's anything I should that's glaringly obvious, like Florida, homeowner. So this is commercial stuff. So we're probably going to get rid of. Well, let's see what homeowner says actually. Okay, I'm going to get rid of State Farm. just do anything with state. So you do the word and then an asterisk. Looter, beach. So I'm mainly just trying to match up a handful of service pages. So I might be a little lazier on this, but if I were trying to do a full strategy, I would definitely get pretty granular and go through all this. I'm just looking down this by terms list here. It's an easy way to get a bunch of keywords you want to exclude. So these 16 keywords excluded took us from about 5,500 down to 3,200 keywords. We don't. Maybe we want to talk about insurance in a blog. I don't know. But like I said, I guess I'm not doing comprehensive keyword groupings here. This is interesting. These are easy to rank keywords. They're tangential to the topic. Maybe I'll keep it. I think they're going to hire me to do more content after I do this. So maybe I will do a little more refinement of this. I guess it took us down to 4,600. I'm going to pause this and just go through all these exclusions and come back on. So I actually decided to not go outside the scope of this and do extra work. I'm going to actually just give them what they asked for and do the service page keywords. And one of the things they asked to do was just target these cities. So I'm going to get those, go in here, include, go to any word, not all words. All words means that it has to have every single one of these in it in order to show it. If you say any word, it's like any one of these words can appear in the keyword. So it'll give us more keywords. And apply. That takes down to 31 keywords. If I get rid of these, 32. Okay. So that's obviously here a much faster way to filter. It's using the include versus the exclude. You want to use exclude if you're going to do a whole content strategy. So not just create like your main service and product pages, but also your blog pages. I'm not looking to do that right now. Unfortunately, this only has a handful of those cities, so I'll probably have to do a lot of this manually. Just take the same keywords and add the city at the end of them. I really hate doing this. This is one of the things I hate about local SEO. This group. Okay, I logged into Keyword Cupid. This is the keyword grouping tool. I'm gonna create a new project called I think I already exported these. New report. Use the Keyword Explorer. Content size was, I think, 32. It doesn't have to be exact. Oh, you can go higher, but you can't go lower. So that means I have to, I forgot about that. I have to add more keywords. I'm struggling to get this thing in the screen. What is going on? This is so bizarre. I can't bring this into the screen. All right, I'm just going to add more cities and keywords to this list and then upload it. So actually, instead of doing that, I'm gonna download this whole thing here, and I'll just in Google Sheets later on. I'll filter by city and fill in where I need to by manually adding the cities to the keywords. So right now, one of the strategies we're working on is trying to make it look similar to this website in the sense that they have their services here, and then we have the subcategory services. But then also we want to have a service area section that does the same thing. So every one of these service areas they should all interlink to each other. All these service pages should interlink to each other, and that's what I'm trying to achieve, at least the very beginning of that here. They have a limited budget. You can't do all of these pages all at once. So most people can't. And so what we have to do is prioritize, triage, figure out which pages we need to do. So we want to do the main services first, and then the location pages or the subcategory pages first, actually. So main service pages, subcategory pages, and then the location pages. And I'll probably have follow-up videos on the strategy for each one of those. Right now, we're just trying to do the initial keyword research. So Service By gives a bunch of different, extra features, which sometimes is helpful. Not all the time. Probably not worth the extra amount that it costs in most cases, but some cases it's pretty darn helpful. I'm going to do it anyway. It looks impressive to the client. So when we have all that data, and so I will come back when this is done and go from there.